That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's
Welcome
go.
back to Who Watches Us, the movie podcast where we watch the movies, but who watches us?
Who watches us?
That's right. I'm your host, Brendan, joined by
I'm
my
Alex.
co-host.
Oh, fuck.
Co-host, Alex.
I thought you were giving me space to say my name there.
Yeah, that's all right.
Whoops.
One day we'll get
Hi.
it right.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hello. How you doing?
Hey. I'm
How
good.
you doing? You said you had a little bit of a gurgly belly earlier.
Oh, yeah. It's been like the last 3 days. I just had like...
Bubble guts?
Like stomach... Bubble guts, yeah. Like stomach cramps.
Bubble
Guts. Yeah, I don't know. So I went and got an ice cream and an iced coffee and a chicken and cheese.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The remedy for a sore tummy.
It's not the remedy for a sore tummy.
I'll tell you what though, I feel freaking brilliant.
No, I don't think so.
I'm probably going to shit my pants in this episode. Stay tuned for that.
That would destroy me.
Send this to a friend that shit their pants.
Yeah. Yeah, we're outside the first minute. We're not gonna get demonetized for a show that's not monetized.
Yeah, exactly. We got to drop those early. Like send this to a friend who could shit their pants. Like,
yeah.
in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, if you know someone that has recently shit their pants, send them this podcast.
Exactly. Or just like, ever. And if you say you don't know anyone who's shit their pants, you're lying. So I better see a share for every single view of this video.
I probably shit my pants like once every 4 years.
That's fair.
Yeah, maybe once every 5 years or so.
I shit my pants last year.
Hell yeah.
Which is crazy to admit. But,
it happens.
I had the bubble guts.
Yeah.
Gambled on a fart.
Risky fart.
Shouldn't have done it.
We know you love a fart.
But before that, it had been like, I was probably like 13 the last time I shit my pants.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long time.
No.
Coming up on a decade, I ruined my streak.
That's just not how I work as a person.
Not how you operate.
No.
Oh, poo rate.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking, Alex.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've just had like a pretty relaxed day.
Nice.
I've been hanging out, just watched a movie, and now I'm doing this.
Oh, nice. What movie did you watch?
I watched the movie Transformers.
Oh, no way. I also watched that.
Whoa.
Did you want to like talk about that movie?
No.
Ah, okay.
But I will though. Right after I put it on in the background for me to just occasionally look at. Because that's something I forgot to do.
Give me 2 secs while you do that.
He's going to go shit his pants. He's shitting his pants right now.
Okay. Every time I do this podcast, I have a jumper on because I'm cold and then I get hot instantly.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we just watched Transformers, the one that came out in 2007. And spoiler warning, we're going to talk about this movie quite a bit. But before we get into that, I want to know, Alex, what's your relationship with this movie? Because I know you've seen this before, and I remember when we were kids, and you were quite a bit younger than I was. What was your relationship with this movie?
Oh god. I used to watch this movie a lot as a kid. I was big into Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
I was big into this movie. I feel like this movie opened up a lot of doors for me mentally.
Really?
Showed me that big robots are fucking awesome. Linkin Park is awesome. And that I like Transformers.
Yeah, nice.
And I like Transformers toys and transforming them.
Yeah. I remember you had this like hand cannon toy that you got for like one of your birthdays.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Bumblebee hand cannon.
Yeah.
Turned into a fist.
Yeah, and you pull on it and it goes
Awesome fucking toy.
It was fucking sick.
I had an Optimus Prime mask that was like a voice changer.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea what happened to that. I also don't know what happened to the hand cannon.
Yeah. Oh, I think Mum has the hand cannon.
No way.
Because I remember
I'm gonna need that
think the
back.
kids were playing with it like maybe 6 months ago or something like that. I can't remember.
No way. I need that back.
Yeah, I bloody trade you for my Donkey Kong 64 cartridge.
I can't do anything with that. I'll put it on display with all my other cartridges. Wait, I already have that.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll trade you for it.
That doesn't seem like a good trade.
Yeah.
I could just get it from Mum.
That's true.
And then you have nothing.
Yeah, I remember when you got that toy. It was just a cool toy, and I used to play with it as well, even though I was a little bit older. And Dad used to tell me off so much. He's like, "Stop playing with it. It's not yours."
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah.
Awesome toy.
It's pretty cool.
I think, because I would be like, I want to play with it. Please, let me play with it.
And I'd just be like shooting at you. With it
I
just
remember.
going, pa-choo.
I remember this. Back to the Optimus Prime mask. I have a photo of Dad, and he's got no shirt on, and he's wearing the Optimus Prime mask, and it's like the funniest photo I've ever seen. Dude, what happened to kids' toys? They used to be so sick.
Yeah, it's really hit and miss these days.
Yeah.
Occasionally, the kids will get like a cool toy. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play with that. I'll play with that for a little bit.
Nerf guns are still awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with a Nerf gun.
You can't really fuck up a Nerf gun. Maybe make them shoot faster and harder.
Just take out eyeballs left and right.
Yeah. I'm feeling like that's the move for Nerf. People will buy more.
Do you ever shoot yourself in the eye with a Nerf gun before?
Shoot myself in the eye?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I did.
I was a stupid kid, but I wasn't that stupid.
I was a full-blown adult when I did this. I had to be like 21 or something. And I was just looking like into the barrel. I just fucking shot it.
I'm so squeamish when it comes to my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Like nothing's getting near them. Like I would play Nerf guns with Saxon a couple of years ago.
Yeah, our brother.
And I would always make sure that we both had like little safety glasses on that I'd get from like work.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Nice.
So this is kind of a nostalgic movie for me.
Yeah.
This movie was big when I was a kid. All my friends loved it. I loved it. Transformers are awesome.
I was also
Linkin Park is awesome.
I was also very into Transformers and Linkin Park when this came out.
Yeah.
And all my friends were as well. So yeah, that it doesn't surprise me. You would have been just surrounded by it.
Yeah. Dude, if you don't like Transformers, click off this video right now.
Yeah,
share this video with someone who likes Transformers.
Yeah. Yeah, the
get the fuck out of here, seriously.
Yeah. The relationship I have with this movie is, I may have mentioned this on the podcast before. This movie came out like around about my birthday, my 13th birthday.
Yeah, I remember you saying this.
Yeah, and I feel like they have released a movie like once a year or once every 2 years, and each time it came out round about my birthday. So I just always went and got like a bunch of friends, and we'd all go. Even as like we sort of like grew out of it, it was still like a tradition to go together.
It's got to be done.
Yeah, but yeah, I was super into Linkin Park as well. It just came out. Like I had the Minutes to Midnight album. I think I may have also got that for my 13th birthday, and I used to put it in my DVD player, and this was back when like TV, it wasn't HDMI, it was like the three cables, like the red, white, and yellow one.
Mm.
And what I would do is I would plug my Nintendo 64 cable, just the yellow one, into my TV, and then I would get the two audio cables, the red and white ones, from my DVD player and plug that into my TV, and I would play Super Smash Bros. Just like versus like the AI or whatever, like the level 9 AI, and I'd do like 100, like 99 lives on Hyrule Castle, and I would just listen to Minutes to Midnight like on repeat and just do that and just fucking hang out. And
That's so gangster, because I don't remember you doing that, but I have done something so similar when I was probably like 9. I used to just do the exact same thing. Probably learnt that from you.
yeah, possibly.
The 99 lives on Hyrule Castle and 64 Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have music on there.
Yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
not
imagine.
big brain enough to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably, this was right before HDMI like kind of took off as well and became like the standard for TVs. Like maybe right before the high definition like switch for normal TV and stuff. Like it was all just like standard def. And it doesn't surprise me that you don't remember, because you were in 5.
Yeah, that's
when
like
I was
5
doing
years
that.
old.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, me and my friends, we all love this movie. We would all quote this movie all the time, and my nickname with my friends was B. So like and my favorite color was yellow, so I had like this connection to Bumblebee as well. Like it was just sort of like a weird little, I don't know,
Parasocial relationship with Bumblebee.
parasocial. It just kind of worked out that way. Like among my friends, I was like the B friend.
B.
Yeah, and mum and dad still call me B.
Yeah. Dude, Bumblebee is so cool.
Bumblebee is cool.
I also had a Bumblebee Transformer, an Optimus Prime, and a Megatron. And Megatron is also awesome, so is Optimus Prime. A very sad story to tell about the Megatron Transformer there.
Yeah.
So this is after the second movie came out, right? Revenge of the Fallen. I got a Megatron for my birthday.
Yeah.
Transformed into a tank, but I was so good at transforming it, I figured it out all on my own. And then one time I just couldn't get it to go, so I just cracked the shits and I threw it on the ground and it broke in half. And Megatron was no more, and
oh man,
no more Megatron.
Yep.
These were like the intricate ones too. These were like $60, probably more.
I feel like you always ask me to fix your Transformer for you. Like,
yeah, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But then I finally figured it out.
That might have been Bumblebee, though.
Yeah, I used to either get you or Dad to do it, and you guys got fed up with it. So I was just like, okay, I'll do it. Maybe I asked you to do Bumblebee and I asked Dad to do Optimus Prime.
Yeah, because I feel like I had the Bumblebee one down.
I would spend hours trying to figure it out. That's like That's like me trying to crack the Da Vinci Code as a stupid little fucking 8-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. Bloody good times.
Good times.
Good times. Simpler times.
Simpler times.
Yeah. But we should probably start talking about the movie.
Yeah, we probably should.
That was our relationship with the movie. So, we're kind of coming into this a little bit biased. We've seen it before a couple of times. But, yeah.
So, you can take it... we can probably take from that we liked the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we liked the movie. And here come... We'll actually do, like, the real spoiler warning here. Because we haven't spoken about the movie at all yet. But, yeah, it came out in 2007. It was directed by Michael Bay. And it was written by Roberto Orci, Alex Kurtzman, and John Rogers. And it's starring Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, and Josh Duhamel, I think. Is that what they said before?
I don't know. I think that's what you said before, yeah.
Yeah. You got Tyrese Gibson in there, Rachel Taylor, who's Aussie, John Voight, John Turturro. Yeah, a couple of random guys in here that were quite popular in the 2000s. That kind of don't do a lot of stuff anymore. Like I feel like I don't see Anthony Anderson in anything anymore. Who was Glenn? But
yeah, I haven't seen him in anything in ages.
But there had to be like a 10-year period in there where he was like in everything, and he kind of played the same character and everything. But yeah, I think. If you haven't seen this movie, I don't imagine a world where you haven't. But if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go watch it. It's a fun watch. I think a lot of the CG holds up really well.
I was actually going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things in there I saw that were like, okay, you can kind of tell this was made in 2007. But the Transformers themselves...
Yeah.
The CG is actually great. Like, it's so well done. And I think they had, if I'm not remembering wrong, I know for the second one they had like models. So that a lot of them are practical effects as well of on top of CG.
It's the way to do it. It's like,
it really is.
It's the perfect way to do it. It's what they did in Jurassic Park as well. Like they had a mixture of the two, and that movie looks so good still, and it came out in 1994, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, looks great. I mean, this movie made by the same person, Steven Spielberg, so...
No, this is Michael Bay.
Steven Spielberg was one of the producers, though.
On this movie?
Yeah.
What? Where?
I saw it in the credits.
Oh, okay. Well, then, it makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah.
They had it figured out.
It was really interesting the way they did Jurassic Park. Not to go off on a tangent, but they used like miniatures and stuff. I was watching...
Yeah.
Was it Corridor Digital? And you've seen that video before. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I know of their channel. I haven't watched a lot of their stuff.
It'd be interested in that. Shout out Corridor Digital. Share this friend with a friend who likes... Share this... Fuck. Whatever.
So, yeah, we both liked the movie. And we both recommend you go watch this movie. It looks great for, it's coming up to 20 years now. Like, this movie's 18 years old.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't that old when this came out, but that still makes me feel like a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah. Kind of crazy. But... Let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about the plot. So, we start off with a bit of narration from Optimus Prime, and he's sort of given us a bit of a lore dump, bit of exposition about the Autobots and the Decepticons and the wars in Cybertron. It's a lot of very nerdy sounding words.
Yeah.
Where you say it all in one sentence, but basically they had like these huge wars that just destroyed their planet, and there's this thing called like the Allspark that was like lost in space, and they were trying to track it down, and it landed on Earth, and Megatron was like chasing it down.
Yeah, he got to Earth first.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For this
pretty much
first
it.
bit of exposition at the start. We're met with these army guys in a helicopter. I don't know if they're like Marines or if they're army dudes or like what sort of classification it is in the defense force for them, but I'm just gonna call them army guys.
Yeah.
But
Military.
military guys. They look like they've been better. They look like they've been through it and they've been deployed for a while, and they're sort of reminiscing about what it's like to not be deployed and talking about home and the things that they miss and all that sort of thing. And they arrive at this military base, and there's like excellent living conditions here where people push each other out of the way for water so they can wash themselves in like public cubicles with no roof. Just the greatest conditions. They're in Qatar for some reason. I don't know why.
The Middle East, baby.
Yeah, but like
Probably
why?
something to do with the war that was going on in the Middle East not that long ago. Well, during that time, it was still still happening, right?
Yeah, I think they sort of like later on in the movie they sort of allude to George Bush.
Yeah.
In Air Force One.
Want some ding dongs or whatever.
Yeah. I've got the exact quote later. But they're hanging out at the base, and then all of a sudden there's a mystery helicopter that's sort of appeared in the distance, and Army Man says, "Fuck off, you can't be here." And then he gets left on red. The helicopter just does not respond.
Yeah.
And they're trying to talk to this helicopter, and they're like, "Wait a second, this helicopter got shot down like a few weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago. I don't have like
3 months ago.
3 months ago, yeah, in Afghanistan." And they're like, "Are you sure?" It's like, "Yeah, dude, my friend was on that chopper." And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's a little bit weird."
Yeah, that's a bit strange, isn't it? How could it be here?
Yeah. And then we cut to Josh Duhamel, who's Captain Lennox. I did not know this guy's name through the entire movie. They don't do a great job about saying the characters' names or like making them stick. Like I didn't know Michaela's name for like half the movie.
I did know her name. One guy's name he never caught on for me was Tyrese Gibson's character, Epps.
Yeah.
Who's kind of like Lennox's right-hand man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Lennox, he's FaceTiming home. He's talking to his baby, and his wife's like, she has your laugh. And I couldn't help but imagine this like 2-3 month old baby just chortling like a grown man. Like a full grown man. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. But there's like the relationship where like, oh, she doesn't really know you yet, but she will when you get back. A little bit of time passes, and the mystery chopper shows up to the base, and one of the guys at the base is like, "Have your crew step out, or we will kill you." And I thought this is a really weird way to phrase this, but okay, sure. And then we get our first little taste of these special effects, these transform sequences that are just so good, so sick.
So sick. So much aura in this first scene.
Yeah, you have like the classic transformer noise, and then like it was sort of like yeah, that's exactly it. And yeah, it just looks so good. Like all the pieces that sort of like jut out and then start rotating, and
God, I can only imagine how time consuming that would be to actually animate and do.
Dude, it would have taken so long. But it is like, it's breathtaking. Like, it's so good.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And you know what? this guy, this Transformer guy, it's not very nice. He blows up the base. He just completely levels everything.
Yeah, he's what's called a Decepticon, if you're not familiar with the Transformers lore.
Yeah.
And but they don't know this at the time. And
is it Blackout?
Yeah. I think his name might actually be Blackout. Some of them I didn't get the name of. That I should know just from memory because I used to know all the names, but I forgot. Yeah, so the motherfucker just starts tearing up the base and he's looking for something. He smashes into the comm rooms and he grabs this thing. You find out that he's after some files, some top secret shit, you know what I'm saying? And then this little small scorpion guy fucking detaches off of his back and digs under the ground, and the two of them, they continue to just tear shit up. And then he just does one big like sonic blast, and then you get like a transition to a school.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Witwicky, Mr. Witwicky, Sam Witwicky, is up for his presentation.
Yep.
And
genealogy report.
Yeah. And he steps up, he's emptying out his sack of shit onto the desk. He gets a rubber band flicked at him by Michaela's quote-unquote boyfriend, not actually. He's like the classic jock, dickhead character, And he's doing his report on his great-great-granddaddy, Captain Archibald Witwicky, who was one of the first men to ever explore the Arctic Circle. So it's kind of a big deal,
Yeah.
And then you get a flashback. It's 1897. He's leading a crew of 41 sailors and they're digging. And they're trying to get through this ice because, they're trying to make it through. And he's like, no sacrifice, no victory. And then you get a cut back to the present. He's like, yeah, this is my granddad's glasses. And Sam is like trying to grift all this shit to his classmates.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to make enough money to make enough money to buy his first car.
Yeah, he's like he's an eBay man. This movie is it's an ad in a lot of ways, and one of the ads is eBay. They talk about eBay quite a bit.
Yeah. Ladies Man 217. Yeah, but he's like, the teacher calls him out. He's like, dude, stop that. Your grandfather would be very disappointed in you. And then he just kind of like keeps going. He's like, yeah, he went blind and fucking crazy. And, he started drawing all these strange symbols. And he kept talking about this guy called the Iceman. He was like a giant. And, that's the end of class. But before Sam leaves, he goes to talk to his teacher. He's like, well, how'd I do? He's like, B-. He's like, come on, dude. I need an A to get this car. It's one of the requirements my dad set for me to be able to get it. All right, I got the money. I just need 3 A's. He's like, fine, whatever. So, Then Sam's like, woohoo!
Yeah, he gets an A-.
He gets an A-, and he hops in the whip with Dad. His dad's like, I got a surprise for you. And then Sam is like initially excited, but then his excitement turns to disappointment and annoyance. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? Because his dad takes him to a used car lot with the sketchiest little sketchiest guy who's selling all these cars, Bobby
B.
Bobby B.
Yeah, and the dad pulls a bit of a fast one. Like he pulls him. It takes him through a Porsche lot first, and he's like, "You're not serious, are you? You're not serious." And he's like, "No, I'm not. I don't get you a fucking Porsche."
Yeah, for your first car, you kidding me?
Yeah, and Bobby B, rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Rest in peace.
He is a character.
He is a real character. As they're pulling into this lot, by the way, there's a yellow busted up, kind of rusty old Camaro pulling in at the exact same time. Real sneaky deaky like they don't see, no one sees it. Yeah. And you got this Bobby B, he's yelling at this guy because he's gonna have like heat stroke again or something. He's like, I'm hot, make it melting, I hurt in my eyes.
Yeah.
Which I just had to mention because it kind of made me chuckle a little bit. It was just stupid the way he said it.
Yeah, I remember that being funny the first time I watched it, and like the cadence of the way he says it is like it's like in my brain. Like I can't get it out. Like I heard it.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I heard it before he said it, and I remember not knowing what he said. I just only remembered like the hurts my eyes bit. And I'm like, oh, it's hot, and the makeup is melting, and it hurts his eyes. Like,
yeah.
So it was sort of like a revelation for me now, like understanding what he actually said.
Yeah, fucking brain blast from the past kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing where I feel like I could hear it before it even actually happened. Yeah. But yeah, Sam's like, Dad, these cars are fucking shitboxes. He's like, listen, no sacrifice, no victory, alright? It's your first car. So they go to fucking Bobby Bolivia. He's like, we're gonna get this kiddy's first car. He's like, first car. That means we're practically family, alright? And let me tell you something. The car, you don't pick the car. The car picks you, alright? And then he waves to his mum, and his mum flips him off, and then they eventually make it over to the yellow Camaro. Dude. He's like, this one's really cool. It's got racing stripes.
Dude, his relationship with his mum, Mammy, after she flips him off, he's like, I'm gonna kick that fucking head, that fucking bitch in the head, and then he goes like,
yeah, I should have mentioned that. He's like, I'm gonna pick up a rock and bust your ass. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna bust you in the head with a rock. This is his own mother he's speaking about.
Yeah, they have a love-hate relationship.
It just seems like he hates her and she hates him. But anyways, Bobby's like, I don't know this car. Do you know this car? He calls out to his guy. He's like, no, I don't know that car. And Sam's kind of looking inside, and he wipes some dust off the horn of the steering wheel, and you see a little symbol. What symbol could that be? It's the Autobots symbol.
Autobots.
Pretty cool how they have their own logo.
Yeah. I'm totally going to put Bernie Mac's laugh at the end of the podcast. You know how we have those little snippets at the end, and it's usually just a quote from us with like a couple of effects on top. I'm totally putting that at the end.
That's a good shout. I like that. Yeah. So Sam goes, well, how much is the car? And Bobby's like, $5,000. He's like, we don't have $5,000. He's like, too bad.
You're doing the thing where you're quoting the movie again.
Sorry.
You're like going through like each of the lines one by one.
I'm just reading off my notes. Yeah. So yeah, he can't get the car. He doesn't have enough money, and his dad refuses. So he's like, all right, well, let me show you these other cars, right?
Yeah.
And then as he's trying to show him this little rundown little buggy, the Camaro's door just opens suddenly and smacks into it. And he's like, what? And it's like, all right, well, no harm, I think. I can't remember.
You're just doing it again.
No, I don't have this written down.
You are. You're just like trying to go through the movie beat by beat, word for word. No. It's so funny.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so
Bumblebee destroys all the other cars.
Yeah, he does like a sonic wave or whatever that just busts all the windows of all the other cars on the lot. And Bobby B's like, 4,000. Like he settles on the 4,000.
Yeah.
So we cut away after this. and we're at Washington D.C. We're at the bloody
Pentagon.
Pentagon, and it's like the Secretary of the Defense. They're recruiting a bunch of like analysts and hackers, and he's going through the story about what happened at the Qatar attack. Basically, they're like, there's this unidentified signal, and it's like somehow like hacked the network. It got interrupted, but we've never really seen this before. And then they play like an audio clip of what it sounds like, and it's sort of like the yeah, it sounded exactly like that. Everyone's
Pretty
like,
much.
oh, crazy. So it's
Whoa.
a bit of a mystery, and they've split people up into teams to sort of like crack the case. Like it's a little bit of an exercise to do that sort of thing. So they're like, oh, okay, and that's basically it. That's that scene. And now we're at Sam's house, and we're introduced to Mojo, his little doggy. And Mojo's, he's looked better. He needs a little bit of medicine. He's got like a sore foot as well. He might have like broken his little doggy ankle. And this where we have some more of our eBay ad where he's Ladies Man 217, and he's got all of his G-Pappy's stuff on eBay trying to sell it all. And they're not going to plan. Like he's not getting a lot of bids or hits.
No one gives a fuck about this broken pair of glasses that some old guy wore.
Yeah. And we're introduced to his family, and Dad's at the back, Mr. Ron. He's paving the backyard, and while he's like, he's putting in a bit of effort, he wants to do it himself. He's being a little bit stubborn. His wife's just fucking cracking jokes behind him. It's like, oh yeah, this one's wobbly, this one's wobbly. Why didn't we just hire someone to do this? That sort of thing. And bloody Sam is like, okay, well, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go to like a lake party or whatever it is. And they're like, okay, be home by 11. And he gets in his car and drives away, and there's like a huge sort of like puff of smoke from the car, and Mum busts his balls again. He's like, that's a cheap car. That's a piece of shit car. It's like,
his first car. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And then we have there's like a little bit of like a in-between scene here, where we cut to the survivors of the attack in Qatar, and they're sort of just like walking in the desert.
It's also believed at this point that there were no survivors.
Yeah, because like while they're doing this, it's like there's sort of like audio on top that's for like a TV broadcast to the public about what happened at the attack, and they're not sure who attacked, but it's believed that there were no survivors, and the wife that was on FaceTime before is moderately upset that her husband might be dead. She has like one tear going down one of her cheeks, and
yeah, she's just like, he's okay.
He's probably okay. Yeah.
It's bloody Captain Lennox, for God's sake. He's fine.
Yeah, and then we come back to Qatar, and they're talking about the incident, and they're like, oh, fucking, that shit was crazy, man. Like, I swear that thing was looking right at me. And they're also like being stalked by the little scorpion robot thing that came off the robot back at a base attack. So they're getting away. They're the survivors, but they're still under a little bit of danger.
Yeah.
And then we're at the bloody lake party.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sam and his friend, they get out of the car, and what happens?
Bloody Sam's friend, he climbs a tree to show dominance. He just climbs that thing, they're walking up to I forgot the bully's name, but they're walking up to Michaela and bully guy, and Miles, Sam's friend, just fucking climbs that tree.
Yeah, when they get out of the car, Sam's like, okay, just like don't be weird. Just immediately climbs the tree.
Yeah, and then Sam and bully guy kind of have this back and forth where they're like talking shit to each other.
Yep.
And the bully guy goes to start Sam, but Michaela's like, just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
And then they're like, whatever, let's get out of here. Let's go to the party.
Yeah.
And then Sam and Miles walking back to the car. It's like, so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Back to Michaela and bully guy. She's like, can I drive? He's like, no way, sugar tits. No, he doesn't say that, but says, it's basically the gist.
He calls her little bunny.
Little bunny, yeah. He's just being a bit misogynistic. It's like, you, a woman, driving my big rig? Hell nah.
You're going to scratch my 22s.
Yeah, hell nah, stupid bitch. No, sorry. Yeah. He's like, why don't you just get in the back seat? And she's like, nah. And then Sam sees his golden opportunity to fucking give her a ride home. So he kicks Miles out of the car and he pulls up.
Yeah, like...
He's like...
Because she storms off, right? She's like, I'm not your little bunny. And then she storms off. She was going to walk home. And it's fucking like 10 miles away from home or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And...
You know, walk 10 miles? That's like a lot.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like that. I don't know.
I think it was 10 miles, but I'm just thinking about that in kilometers. That's a long walk.
Yeah, it's like 20K, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bumblebee radio time. It's like time to drive the girl home and ditch the friend. And then he's like, oh, bros before hoes. And I'm like, oh, man, I haven't heard that in a really long time.
Yeah,
I think that's
a forgotten classic.
Quite outdated now, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Miles gets kicked out, and then what happens?
Sam convinces her to hop in the whip. And he just on the way home, he's driving her, and she's kind of like, she just doesn't seem, she's like not unappreciative, but she doesn't seem very happy. She's like, I can't believe I'm like here right now. I always do this to myself because I go out with these stupid guys with big arms and tight abs. You know what I'm saying? And Sam's like, he really nonchalantly flexes and like points to stuff in his car. And I thought that was pretty funny the way he did that, to be honest.
Nice.
And low-key Michaela just sucks. And she's just like, are you new? Like, and he's like, no, we've gone to school together for like the last 11 years, 12 years. Since the first grade, right? I assume they're in 12th grade.
They're in year 11.
They're in year 11. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a scene that comes up later way weirder. But yeah.
Yep. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Criminals are hot. Yeah, but Bumblebee's like trying to give Sam the assist here, but he's kind of fucking this up.
He's
like
overstepping, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get them in the zone, in the mood, you know, which also is like making the end of the movie a little bit weird for me now.
Yeah, I've definitely also thought about that before.
I wrote that down, but now I'm really thinking about it. Like they were making out on top of Bumblebee while all the Transformers watched. Like that's like, I didn't realize all the Autobots were cocks. That's real strange.
Yeah.
The cuckold bots roll out.
It's yeah, it's weird.
It's an odd choice.
It's like if any of your pets were like sentient, when you just sort of go in the next room and
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Just a bit
it's weird.
odd. It's weird, but yeah. Bumblebee starts to, he's going through the assist and he makes himself, like, he pretends that he doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh no, this is what it looked like while some sexy music's playing. And she's like, just pop the hood, And she's a car girl. She knows what she's doing under the hood.
Yeah. She says her
Sam,
dad was a bit of a grease monkey.
Yeah.
And I wrote, what the fuck is her name? What is her name?
Michaela. Yeah. And she's a beast. She's a beast under the hood, all right? She knows how to take a car apart. She knows how to put it back together. Yeah. And Sam likes this a lot. He's checking her out.
He does not stop looking at her.
No.
He's just...
And they can't get the car to work. Sorry, you go?
He's just looking her up and down. He can't stop staring.
Yeah, he's just creaming himself right there on the spot.
He's gwomping all over himself.
He's gwomping in his little shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just going to walk home.
Because, I mean, Sam, he sort of like pries a bit. Like, he pries into the relationship with Trent? Maybe it was Trent.
Trent, maybe, yeah. Trad.
Yeah, Trad. It's like, well, you even like that guy.
Brent Trav.
Okay, yeah. And she's like, I'm going to go. I'm just going to walk home.
Yeah.
And he's like... You go.
But then he gets the car working. The car starts to work. He's like, hey! Sorry. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Yeah, he does. He screams.
Yeah, he's screaming the way only Shia LaBeouf can.
Yeah. He's just a chaotic man in this movie. Just...
Yeah.
Everything's like hyper fast. Chaos. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Like, he's just a chaotic person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bumblebee fixes himself and they drive her home and drop her off, and she has a bit of a moment where she's like, do you think I'm shallow? And he's like, no, I think, it's more to you than meets the eye. Which I'm only just realizing now, as I say that that's the tagline from Transformers.
You serious?
Yeah, I only just realized that.
Did you also realize that Linkin Park is very, very, very quietly playing underneath this scene?
Yeah, I did hear that because I've got in all caps, what I've done is playing in the background. Yeah. Really quiet. But yeah, that went completely over my head. That's crazy. But we're in the bloody Pentagon now. But it's not Sam.
Yeah.
It's the analysts again.
Yeah.
And, the teams, they're kind of like going up against each other to sort of crack this situation. And one of the other guys comes over and he's like, I think they figured it out over here. It was Iran. And they're like, no, this is too smart for Iranian scientists. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, a bit of a dig on Iran, but okay.
Yeah, what the fuck? And she's like, think about it. Like, okay, I did. And why does that matter in any way?
Yeah.
But fucking whatever.
Yeah, not the Chinese, not Iran. But now... Where are we?
We're on the bloody Air Force One. And
wrangle up some ding-dongs.
Yeah, there's a fucking radio underneath someone's chair. That's a transformer. And it's not really explained how this transformer got here, but it's here.
Yeah.
And he's sort of like skulking around. He's trying to get somewhere in Air Force One. And we get our little... our George Bush sort of semi-cameo, not really. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, wrangle me up some ding dongs, darling.
Yeah. Wrangle me up some ding dongs.
Yeah, she's like, oh, okay. So I think she goes into storage to find these ding dongs,
Yeah.
and this is the radio's opportunity to get in there. Like it goes into the elevator and transforms back into the radio and sort of gets picked up and put into storage. And he's trying to I keep saying it is trying to get into the computer that's on the plane. I guess there's a computer on the plane, and the lady she's got these ding dongs and she drops one. And the only reason I'm pointing this out is because the roll sequence for the ding dong, rolling towards the camera and then away from it in that sort of perfect arc. It's just like a chocolate covered cookie, right? For the Australian people, because I don't know what the fuck a ding dong is, but it's it's like a fat wagon wheel for the Aussies.
Yeah.
Or if an Oreo was just had 6 layers of chocolate on it.
But you can get coated Oreos here.
Okay.
Coated Oreos.
Interesting. But the way that it was
bitch.
done, that it was practically done, like a fucking dude perfect. Fucking.
This is the cookie roll. This is the ding dong roll.
It was just so good. It was so well done, and I'm so glad that it's not CG, because there's nothing I hate more than unnecessary CG. And if it was CG, it looks fantastic, and I could not tell. But I fucking hate it when something is CG when it just doesn't have to be. And I feel like that's everywhere in movies these days, and it's an immediate sort of turn off for me. If I'm noticing that it's CG, then it's fucking shitty, okay? Alright, gripe done.
Gripe done.
But I wrote bravo. That was so good.
I totally missed that.
You should go back and watch it. It's fucking sick. It's so good.
I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about. The cookie rolls to the little robot, right?
Yeah. It's at 29 minutes 40 seconds into the movie, or roundabout there. It's round about there. And then this flight attendant picks up the ding dong off the floor and then just takes a bite.
It's just ew.
What the fuck? This is a storage room. Why are you? This isn't your house. Where you quickly pick up a bicky that you drop on the floor and then you're just it'll be fine. This is I don't.
She gets chocolate all over her mouth too. She's just gross.
Yeah. What the fuck? But our little guy, he starts hacking domain frame from.
It's so funny that you call him little guy, because that's all I wrote him down as. He's stealing info.
Yeah, he's hacking the mainframe. I wrote mainframe as a joke, and then I think later on one of the security guards or whatever is he's hacking the POTUS mainframe. I'm holy shit.
Spot on.
Yeah,
just onto it.
Hell yeah. But they're picking up on this back at the Pentagon, back at HQ.
Maggie, or the Australian lady.
Yeah, Maggie.
She's all over it. She's quite a prominent character in this.
Yeah. She's they're stealing and they're planting a virus at the same time. They're being naughty, and she calls people over. Just calls over the attention, and she's you got to cut this off right now. And they're okay, fine. And they cut off the server hard lines or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But little guy, he had more than enough time to get a lead on something. He sees Witwicky, and he's okay, I'll just go from here. Someone's tampered with the POTUS mainframe. That's right. This guy, he shows up, he sees little robot guy, and he just starts fucking shooting in an airplane. This guy is fucked up on just does not think things through. Like,
his mission is to protect the president, but he's shooting
yeah,
on a plane in the air.
Yeah, he does not care about like cabin.
Well, it is Air Force One. Surely it's like bulletproof.
I don't know about that, but sure,
Wishful thinking.
he risks it all. He risks cabin decompression and people getting sucked through tiny holes in the airplane. And he misses, and he's an idiot. But they ground the plane, and they're trying to catch whatever is going on, and he gets away very easily
very nonchalantly as well.
Yeah, he just he just walks away.
Yeah, he just kind of does a little walk where he does that thing where you like hide your face with your hand.
Yeah,
which is like way more suspicious than just walking.
Yeah, and there's characters like looking in his direction in the background.
Nothing out of the ordinary here.
It's like, oh, it's just a bloody robot.
Yeah.
But he has like a little meeting in their car. He's like, yeah, I got a lead. We got Witwicky, and we got to find Ladies Man 217. And now we're at Sam's house.
At bloody Sam's house, and what's going on? Someone's stealing Sam's car.
Oh no!
Or at least Sam thinks someone's stealing his car.
Mm-hmm.
So he fucking gets on his bike and he goes after him. And he's fucking pedaling hard. This is me trying to get to work in the morning when I'm running late. He is pedaling hard, all right? And he's calling the cops. He's on the phone. He's like, send all units, And he follows the car to a train yard. And he sees a huge robot. His car is actually a huge robot, and it's signaling or something. It's shining a big light in the sky. So he leaves a message on his phone because he's going to go confront the robot, I think. Yeah, he leaves a message for his parents. He's like, I love you. If you find busty beauties under my bed, it's not mine. No, that's a lie. It was mine. I love you, Mojo. Peace out. And then, he gets chased by like some fucking guard dogs.
Yeah, because he's in a junkyard.
Yeah, and the car comes for him. He doesn't know it's trying to help him, but it chases the cars away. I mean, sorry, not the cars, the dogs away. And then the cops pull up. He's like, he's in there. And they're like, put your hands up. And they arrest him. And yeah, then we're back to the bloody Pentagon. And they're talking about this virus. And they're like, look, this virus is fucking crazy. It like adapts to anything we throw it at. And it's like evolving.
It's a spider-bot virus.
It's a spider-bot virus. Some crazy shit. All right, it's next level. And then no one knows what the fuck is going on, but Maggie just throws this crazy theory out there. She's like, what if it's a DNA-based computer?
Yeah,
and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, she sneaks in when she's not supposed to be in there. She just fucking says some conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah, and then the Secretary of Defense is like, look, you get me some evidence, I might consider this, but if you come to me with some crazy shit like that again, you are off the team, okay?
Yeah.
And then we cut back to Sam, and he's in a bit of a sticky situation. He's trying to explain this shit to the cops, but they're just not buying it, all right? They're like, what are you on, all right? What are you, fucking on drugs? They're like, piss into this little cup, bitch. The cop is very aggressive.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not on drugs. Yeah, for real. He's like, I'm not on drugs. He's like, what are these then? And it's just Mojo's pain pills. And then, the fuck is this? Oh, yeah. And then the cop is just like crazy aggressive. He's like, you iron my piece, 50 Cent? That's what he says, word for word. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. I will shoot you, okay?
I'll fucking do you.
I'll fucking do you. All right?
We're going to say this in every single episode.
I will fucking do you, all right?
Fucking do you.
I will wet you up, you fucking little pussy-o. You know? Yeah. And then Sam's like, are you on drugs? What the hell is wrong with you, man? And then you get a cut. Another cut. And the military boys, they're under attack. They're like, what the heck was that? And then this guy gets fucking stabbed through the chest by the little scorpion bot. So they're running for their lives. They flee into this nearby village. And they're like trying to give some covering fire, trying to, you know, live. And it's like, we need a phone. And it's to this random villager guy. And he tries to make a call.
Because that's Papa.
But Papa. Yeah, this little kid. He tries to make a call. And there's this Indian guy on the line. He's like the tech support is like, I need your credit card. So this guy's just, Captain Lennox is just getting fucking scammed. He's like, I need a credit card while they're under fire from this robot. And Epps, which is Tyrese Gibson's character, he's like, left cheek. So he gets the credit card and he calls for air support. And the air support gets there. And they finally got some visual identification of these robots.
Yeah, they
like,
AC-130
oh
this fucking scorpion.
Yeah, they get a fucking kill streak. How many? AC-130, is that a 10 kill streak?
I don't remember.
Damn.
It's probably, it's probably 10.
10 or 12.
A 9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, AC-130 online, and they fucking pummeled the scorpion.
Yeah. They're just shooting it down. AC-130, they're like, is bogey down? Not quite, you know. It ran away. But it left a little piece of its tail behind. And, unfortunately, I think they're a man down. He's badly injured. I think the Spanish guy, because you don't see him again.
I thought it was a...
Sorry.
Yeah, I think
he speaks Spanish, but I think he's Mexican. But I just read Spanish guy.
No, I
didn't get it.
I think it was Glasses. It was Glasses guy that died, isn't it?
Oh, Fig. Is he Fig?
I don't know.
Whatever. And then, you know, Secretary of Defense is like, get those guys stateside right now. I want them debriefed. And then Maggie comes to the conclusion that there's only one guy for this job. So she goes to see bloody Glenn, which is Anthony Anderson's character. And, you know, Glenn and his cousin are just vibing the fuck out, just chilling. She kind of crashes she kind of kills his vibe a little bit, especially the cousins.
So Maggie commits a huge crime and she steals sensitive information, classified documents from the Pentagon. And she goes to Glenn. Was it Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn.
And she goes to Glenn's house, old mate Glenn. And one of the first things we hear from Glenn is, "Shut up, Grandma!" Because Grandma! She's a bit nosy, Grandma. She likes to know what's going on.
Juice.
But yeah, she's got her classified documents. She's crashing the party. Glenn's hanging out with his cousin. They're playing, I think, Dance Dance Revolution. They're having a great time.
Oh, yeah. They're vibing out.
Yeah. And she's like, listen, you got to shut the fuck up and look at these documents because they're classified and that's cool. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. And,
hell yeah.
So they stick it in. They're having a bit of a look, a bit of a sus.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we sort of cut away and back at the Pentagon, they're like, one of those analysts made a copy and took it and are looking at it and stuff. And they're like, oh, okay, that's not good. We cut back and they're having a look at the documents and we have like a bit of a... we're sort of like bombarded by information. They're like, Iceman, Sector 7, Captain Witwicky, and then they get spotted.
Come Cops! Cops!
I don't want to say that the cousin is a swatter, but
The hell, man?
I think he did it. You know,
I
think he
think
did it because she showed up and she ruined the party, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna swat you." But we're back at Sam's house,
Oh, yeah.
and Bumblebee is back. And Sam's like, "Whoa!" and he freaks out, and he rides away on a bike because, you know, he just had a terrible experience and he thinks he's going a bit crazy, and he's like, I just got to get the fuck out of here. I got to ride away on my bike. He wants to get away from his car because he either thinks someone's following him or he thinks that the car is following him and wants to kill him. And I wrote, this movie is hard to keep up with in 1.5 speed because we had like a deadline to record this and I had to watch it a little bit faster, which was very helpful at certain bits, and then I would just like go to normal speed for all the transform sequences. But
The important bits.
yeah, nonetheless, Sam, he is frantic. He's running away on his bike. He crashes his bike right in front of Michaela. Michaela's like, "Hey, how you doing? That was really cool." And Sam's like, "Yeah, it felt really cool." And she's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I don't know. Everything's crazy. I have to go right now." And you know, you just kind of picture that in classic Shia LaBeouf tone, where everything's just chaos.
Yeah.
So I think he rides away again, and this time cop car has arrived. So cop car, Sam thinks he's safe and that he can get a little bit of help, but you know, we sort of know that it's a Decepticon and he's to punish and enslave. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's written instead of serve and protect on the side of the cop car.
I didn't see that before because I have the movie on it at the moment.
Yeah, I made sure to write that down. I'm like, that's a nice little detail.
And we have a little bit of a second taste of the transform effects here. Like the car's sort of like mad dogging Sam.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
and then just transforms right in front of his face. And it's very cool because I think they did use, like, it looks like it's a practical thing. Like, I'm looking at it now and it looks like they actually had like the practical sort of like arm jut out.
Really?
Yeah. And the CG, it's good. It's so good. And he's like, "Are you ladies man 217? Where are the glasses?"
What? Are you ladies man 217?
Are you ladies man?
Where are the glasses?
Are you ladies man? Are you ladies man? Where's the glass? Where's the eBay item? He's like, and then he runs away.
Yeah.
And he starts running away, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here, scooter girl," because Michaela has showed up on a scooter.
Yeah, he just fucking like clotheslines her off the scooter.
Yeah, that would have hurt so much.
I know.
Yeah. He's like, "You got to get out of here. There's monsters." And she looks over, and there's a giant fucking robot.
Terrifying. It's just something beyond your comprehension.
Yeah.
Coming so fast at you.
Yeah, dude, I would poop my pants so quick. I would just dookie everywhere. Seriously.
Everywhere.
There'd just be no control.
It's it's coming up to 4 years.
And Bumblebee shows up and opens the door. He's like, "Get the fuck in. Get in. And they both get in, and we have like a car chase scene. We got burnouts. We're crashing through windows and warehouses and stuff, and boxes, and it's cool.
Yeah. They end up getting chased like all day.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it's nighttime.
Yeah. And they pull up somewhere. I think it's like the morning when Sam wakes up, I think. to.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember. Before Sam leaves the house,
Oh, I don't know.
because the car's back and then he freaks out. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was morning or whatever, but
Doesn't really
Yeah.
say. It looks as if maybe it's like Twilight. We'll give him a pass. Maybe
yeah, we'll
it's
give him the
Twilight.
pass. So yeah, they're in the car. The car pulls up. He parks, turns the lights off. Trying to hide, and then they're spotted. So bloody Bumblebee kicks him out, and then oh wait, no, he drives a little bit, and then he kicks him out, and then he transforms and he protects them. And there's a cool robot fight where they just fucking throw hands.
Yeah. It looks good
And
as.
little guy pops out. Little guy pops out and he goes after Sam and Michaela. And he's tussling with Sam and he steals his pants. And Sam's trying to run away and he tackles him and they're throwing down. And Michaela, she runs off to do something. But then when she comes back, she's got a little saw. And then fucking she cuts the little guy up into little pieces. She cuts his head off actually, but and Sam fucking boots his head away.
Yeah, this action sequence is really cool. Like the cinematography is like, I feel like it's done in a really good way where like the main focus can be on the character and what they're going through, and as much as you're looking at them, like you're looking at the CG that's on top, but it is done in a way that like it's, I don't know, it's just like the way they did it is really cool. Like I thought the action sequence here was really well done, like cinematography wise.
Yeah, they're fucking. Does Bumblebee kill the fucking cop car as he run away? I neglected to take that down.
Yeah, I think I think the cop car lives and then runs away.
Yeah.
I can try and find it.
Regardless.
Yeah, I think he lives.
Okay.
I think they just live.
Bumblebee defeats him in battle and he runs away like a little bitch. And then Sam kind of meets Bumblebee for the first time, really. It's just their first communication. And Sam's trying to explain to Michaela, like, look, he's cool, right? We're chill. He's, he's friendly. She's like, you're the strangest fucking dude I've ever met.
Yeah.
And they kind of had, like, this dialogue between, Bumblebee can't speak. He's got a damaged voice box you learn later from battle. So he uses radio to communicate, and he kind of gives this exposition that his friends are going to come, and like we're aliens. And then he's like, let's go. If you got any more questions, fucking whatever. I don't care. I'm Bumblebee. Let's go. And then there's some epic music.
Yeah.
And you find out that the little guy transforms into Michaela's phone. He's a sneaky boy.
Yeah, very sneaky. And then
Very sneaky.
Bumblebee, he drive.
And
He drive.
Michaela refuses to sit in the driver's seat because Bumblebee's driving, and that would be weird. So she sits in the center console. She just sits on that. And then Sam's like, why don't you sit in my lap instead? I've got the only seatbelt. She's like, okay, that was some smooth moves, Sam. And
Yeah.
then she disses Bumblebee, like, if he can transform, why does he transform into this little piece of shit car? And then he kicks him out.
Yep.
And he takes off. And Sam's like, great, good job. But then he comes back as a fucking sick-ass Camaro that was conveniently driving their way and was the exact same color as Bumblebee.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
Yeah, this is like this is more of the car ad part of the movie. There's a lot of cars and there's a lot of car ads. There's one where it just looks like a straight up car ad. Like, you know how you see like the car driving in the desert going over the hill? Like just any car ad that you've ever seen. They do that, but it's all of the Autobots driving through the desert. It just looks like, like beat for beat car ad.
Yeah.
So they pull up somewhere, and the other Autobots arrive in their little metal meteors that they are. And Sam and Michaela, they hold hands and they have their moment, and very dangerous the way the Autobots get here. Like, they're just crash landing into the planet. And they could have killed so many people.
Yeah.
But, you know,
guess it's just cannon fodder in the grand scheme of things.
Well, like you said before, like you need a sacrifice to make progress, I guess.
Yeah, no sacrifice, no victory. It's the Witwicky motto.
Nice. Yeah, Archibald will be proud.
Archibald would be very, very proud. I just want to point something out here as kind of like a continuity thing, just for my head. So, these Autobots can survive falling out of space and crashing into Earth. I don't know how the little guy got there, okay, if he was part of something else, or maybe the cube made him, because the cube has that effect, right?
Yeah. But
I was just a little bit confused on how he was chopped by just like a little saw. Like, they cut him up real good.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like some... I think you would have a hard time doing that with Earth metals.
Yeah.
Some fucking Cybertron metals. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it is a bit like, oh, okay. I assume, they're just made out of some sort of metal that's a little bit more resistant to like huge impacts, because like when they fight, they do get shot a lot and like exploded a lot, and they're relatively fine.
They do, yeah. I don't know if maybe it's got to do with like their size or their position or standing. If they're blessed by the Allspark and whatnot. There's levels to this shit, okay? I'm not that well
crash
informed.
Landing into a planet, like, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So we have the GMC, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Flame Truck ad. And then we have the Optimus Prime Transform. And this one is fucking sick. The way Optimus Prime transforms, I think I've seen this like a bajillion times, because I think I rewound it a lot, like back in the day. And I rewound it a couple of times on this watch. But it just looks so good. Like, I really like picking like one part of the truck and then just like trying to trace it and follow it along its like journey to becoming like the fully transformed Optimus Prime. And it's just so entertaining every single time. Like, especially like the windows and stuff. Like, those are, they make up like a big sort of like flat piece that it's easy to sort of track. But yeah, it's so good. Peak cinema.
Peak.
Yeah, I'd love to meet the guys that did this CG. Like, they deserve like a bloody beer or something.
Fucking oath. Fucking oath they do, okay? They
pat
have to
on
deal with
the back.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah to those guys. Shout out to you. Share this with a guy.
If you know anyone that does CG, share this podcast with them.
Yeah. If you know anyone, share this podcast with them.
Yep. But our bloody boy Optimus Prime, he introduces the team, and he goes through a bit of Cybertron lore about how...
Yeah, he does like a lore dump.
Yep. He's like, this is this one, and this is that one, and this is what happened, and Megatron is the bad guy. And then we have Jazz. He's like, what's cracking, little bitches?
Oh, I love Jazz. What's cracking, little fuckheads. This seems like a great place to kick back and relax.
Yeah, I think I remember you liking Jazz as well when you were a kid. And like
He's
how
just the
upset
best.
you were when Jazz dies. Spoiler.
I have in my notes that it's just ILY Jazz broken heart emoji when he's first introduced.
Yeah.
And also, he just looks fucking cool. Sorry.
Yeah. And he does like his little spinny tricks and shit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Rey Mysterio. He's like the Rey Mysterio of Transformers.
True. Rey Mysterio was my favorite wrestler.
He's just a sick cunt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy like that. It sort of like triggered that memory for me. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure Alex loved Jazz.
Yeah, I did.
Because it prompted me to write, I have such a soft spot for Bumblebee. Like, like that's my note that I wrote here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get the lore dump of like the Megatron betrayal war that sort of consumes the planet. And they followed the Allspark to Earth, and then G-Pappy, Mr. Archibald, found him in the Arctic Circle, and then he accidentally activated the navigation system, and the Allspark location got imprinted onto his glasses. So they're like, we need to see your bloody glasses. And I wrote, Is this more eBay ads?
It's like, how'd you know about the glasses? eBay. Yeah. They're like, yeah, basically, Megatron gets those glasses. He's going to find out. Oh, no, sorry. Megatron gets the cube. He's going to use it to build an army. All right? You're the key to survival for the human race. Okay? And then you get a cut, and the military boys, they're investigating that little piece that fell off the bot that was attacking them, the Decepticon.
Yeah.
And it's going wild. They're like strapping it down, fucking, you know. It was kind of a short scene. And then
you said that thing was dead, man.
you strap it down. Yeah.
This thing is wicked.
Yep, that's pretty much the entire scene, like word for word. They just do some military jargon as well. And then you get a cut, and Glenn and Maggie are in this little room, like a interrogation room. And Glenn ate all the donuts, and he's trying to break down to Maggie how this thing's gonna go. He's like, look, they're gonna do their little routine, and you know, I ate all the donuts because you don't eat the donuts, you're guilty, okay? And then the cops come in, and he fucking instantly falls and just snitches on Maggie. He's like, I'm not going to jail. And then Maggie's like, dude, what the hell? He's like, don't talk to me. You're a criminal. And then
Glenn, you
Maggie,
freak.
Yeah, you freak. And then Maggie just gives a little bit of exposition. She's like, you know, they're after a Witwicky.
Yeah.
So I need to speak to the Secretary of Defense before you guys blame the wrong country for this and go to war over it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you cut to Sam's house. His parents are talking about the meteors. And Sam arrives, and his mum wants his dad to ground him, so his dad's giving him a lecture. And he's got fucking giant robots sneaking around, okay? So he's like trying to distract them. He's like, cool, I love you, Dad, you handsome man. And then this part is so funny because Optimus Prime like steps on like a little bird bath fountain thing. He goes, sorry, my bad. It's just so nonchalant.
Yeah. He's like,
It was just,
oops.
oops. Yeah, he steps on some flowers later. He just goes, oops. It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like so innocent. Even though he's a giant robot that murders other robots.
Yeah.
But
hiding giant robots from your parents is really hard.
Yeah. And Sam's not having a good time with it. He's like, dude, I told you to stay put. Like, you can't stay still for 5 minutes. And then the dog pisses on Ironhide's foot, and Ironhide threatens to kill the dog. And then Sam's like, just hide. And then Optimus is like, just hurry up, alright?
Yeah. Optimus says, hurry the fuck up, Sam, like 4 times.
Yeah, and so Sam's frantically searching around his room for the glasses. He's not having a good time. He can't find them, so Optimus lifts Michaela into Sam's room so she can help him, and they're searching together, but they're missing. Okay?
Okay.
What's this? The little robo. That's right. He's doing a sneaky. And the big robos, they're also trying to do a sneaky, but then they're not very sneaky because they're just 5 cars parked in Sam's backyard. And then Optimus accidentally steps on some flowers. He's like, glasses! Give me the glasses! And he's like, I can't find them. He's like, God, just look for the glasses, alright?
Sorry the fuck up.
Yeah. So they're like, alright, we're gonna go hide somewhere, I think. And then Ratchet fucking eats shit and takes out a power line. He takes out a power line, and the parents think there's an earthquake, and fucking
Ron
gets onto the table. He's like, Doc, get onto the table. And the mum's like, how'd you get under there so fast? Classic scene. So, and the whole street loses power.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, let's go check on Sam. And they go to try and barge into his room, and they're knocking on the door. They're like, Sam, what the fuck's going on in there? Let us in. Who are you talking to? And, the tension sort of builds. They're looking for the glasses, and then eventually he's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's happening? And then they have like a chaotic argument at his door, and then they just bust in, and they're like, well, what's going on in here? Come on, tell us what's happening. And then something else happens, and the dad thinks it's aftershock, and he runs into the tub. He's like, oh, I hate these. A little bit of time passes, and they're still arguing and squabbling, and then Michaela's like, ta-da! It's me!
It's me!
And she's like, hi, I'm Michaela. I was like, Michaela! That's her name. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, she's pretty. And this is when we get some new characters introduced. Sector 7 shows up. We got our boy, Sector 7 man. I don't know what his name actually is. Agent Simmons. Agent Simmons shows up. And he's like, I'm Sector 7. And
I remember now because they said it like Seaman. They're like, Agent Seaman?
Oh, okay.
They just said it once, I don't know.
And he's got a real power trip. He's like, Sector 7, and we know what's best, and you have to do as we say. And the mum goes full-on defense mode. She's like, get the fuck out of my house. Don't fucking touch my stuff. Get out of here. You suck. I'm going to call the cops on you. And I'm like, oh, it's the guy from Green Book, the racist guy. Did you notice that? Yeah, the guy next to the other guy he's the guy that won't let Don play in the restaurant at the end of the movie.
Dude, his face on a scene coming up is so funny.
And they whip out this little gadget and they start scanning everyone, which I think is like rads. They were scanning rads.
Yeah, is it a Geiger counter? Because he's like, 14 rats, you're coming with me.
Yeah, they arrest him and they put him in the car, and that's when they start their interrogation. For some reason, they start in the car. They're like, what do you know about aliens, you little shit? And they're like, oh, we don't know anything. Ha ha ha. Ha. And he tries to pull a bit of blackmail with Michaela. She's like, your daddy's on parole because he's a criminal, a grand theft auto, blah blah blah. And Sam's like, oh, what's going on? And then he's like, and she's got her own little juvie record. And for some reason, Sam doesn't like this, as if he's been lied to. Like, I don't think she needed to share that with you. And then he says your favorite line.
Yeah, she's like, criminals are hot.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. This guy's like 40, and she's like, if she's in year 11, she's probably like 17.
Yeah,
right?
she'd be 17.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
Noticing a pattern with these Transformers movies.
Yeah, because we fucking... little inside scoop. Before we started recording, we were talking about the other Transformers movies, and we got onto the topic about how in one of them they like talk about the Romeo and Juliet law.
Just crazy. There's no need for that.
I'll put like a link in like the description of the podcast to the YouTube video. It's crazy. Like you have to see it for yourself. We're not going to explain it. It's fucking bonkers.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So
abhorrent behavior from the writer.
Just absolutely terrible. So we're in the car, and then we get interrupted because Optimus Prime, he crashes the car, which is kind of a bit crazy because there's people in there that he cares about. But he just wants to steal back the kids.
Yeah.
And when they get out of the car, Sam's getting all pissy about the juvie thing. And Michaela's like, fucking chill, dude. I ain't no snitch. That's why I got a juvie record.
Just before this, I just wanted to mention that Optimus Prime fucking rips off the roof of the car. And the guy's face is just so funny. He's like, and then Optimus Prime's next line is, what's wrong? You're not scared?
Yeah. Like, they're obviously very scared. He's like, yeah, you're not scared? Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then Bumblebee lubricates all over Sector 7 guy.
Yeah.
Or one of them. Take
that as you will.
Yep. So the boys, they roll out because reinforcements from Sector 7 start to arrive, right? And Optimus is like, get out of here, boys, roll out. And he stays behind with the teens. So he puts the kids on his shoulder and he starts running.
Yeah. And he's like not incognito at all.
Yep.
But somehow they lose him. Sector 7, Secret Service, loses a giant fucking robot.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because these fucking helicopters, the things that are designed to be like way up high in the sky and like do surveillance from up there so you can see everything, are like 6 feet off the ground, flying through like the LA like sewer tunnel things, like the sort of like iconic ones you see in a lot of movies like Grease and Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
You played GTA 5, you know the one.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
yeah,
the helicopters are like flying under bridges in this sewer, and it makes no fucking sense. Like, what are you talking about? If you just were helicopters and you stayed in the sky and you zoom in with your little cameras, if you just wait long enough, eventually you will see something.
Yeah, and
makes no sense.
Yeah, so Optimus Prime is doing like, I don't know, he's doing some ninja shit where he's like, he's like under the bridge holding on with his like arms and legs.
So like Mission Impossible style.
Yeah, fucking like a secret spy. And then Michaela slips and Sam tries to catch her, but the end up both falling.
Yeah.
And you know when you try to do the thing where you try and catch something with your foot before it hits the ground? Optimus Prime tries to do that, but he ends up just fucking booting the both of them so hard. And this is like a 10-ton robot. He just kicking. He just actually like full momentum swung into a teenager.
Yeah, I'm so glad you point this out because my note is Michaela and Sam fall from Optus. He saves them by kicking them, and then Bumblebee catches them in his metal hands. They're for sure dead and dropped the glasses.
Yeah.
Never mind, they're alive.
Yeah, they're fine. Bumblebee saves the day. This happens a lot where someone will fall like at least like 30 meters and then they're caught by steel.
Yeah.
Steel. They're caught by steel.
And they're fine.
They're fine. They're absolutely fine. Yeah. But, yeah. They get found because obviously giant robot.
The description of trying to catch something with your foot when you drop it is so accurate. It's so funny.
That's all I can think of.
And it never works either. Like, it maybe works like 10% of the time, and the other 90%, you just end up booting something across the room.
Actually, I've got I am Nagi Seishiro. Okay? My Blue Lock enjoyers will get that reference, but I got the magic touch, right? I always stop that shit. I drop shit constantly at work and I always catch it with my foot. Or at least I stop it from hitting the ground super hard and breaking.
Yeah. I guess it does absorb the impact a little bit.
I don't boot it across the room there. It literally just falls like a centimeter away.
I've like dropped my phone and booted it across the room before.
You know what's so satisfying? When you actually catch it with your foot.
Yeah.
One time, something fell off the shelf, and I like caught it with my foot, and I flicked it back onto the shelf. That was insane. But anyways,
so
Bumblebee's captured. The helicopters shoot these little grappling hooks on him, and they pull him different ways, and he can't do anything, right?
And they're trying to cryo freeze him.
Yeah, and they get him. And they get Sam and Michaela. Sam's trying to stop them. He's like, get away from my Bumblebee. And they're fucking he like pushes some guy out the way and then immediately gets tackled to the ground. And then, Agent Seaman he gives a little smug look. He's like,
rather than me.
Yeah. And the Autobots, they're forced to make a tough decision. Optimus Prime is like, look, we can't go get them. We just got to continue the mission.
Yeah. This bit is dumb because why would you just give up on the rest of the robots if you think you've got one?
Yeah.
Like, you have helicopters everywhere and they're not exactly hiding very well again. So, like, they just give up. and everyone gets away. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But, it's because they're 6 feet off the ground. Like, you're not going to see shit.
Yeah. Right above them, by the way. He's actually right above them.
Yeah. I just, when you watch this movie, you will see how close these helicopters are to the ground. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, they don't need to be that close.
Yeah.
Like, what are you seeing? What are you looking at? Stupid.
Stupid.
But we're back at the Pentagon now, and what's happening? I'm gonna go pee. Well, Alex
I also need to pee.
About it.
I also need to pee. It's perfect timing. Piss break.
Pee break.
Pee break. So we're back in the Pentagon, and Sector 7, Mr. Guy, Tom, he shows up for the Secretary of Defense. He's like, Mr. Secretary of Defense, I got some shit I need to tell you about. And then if there's a global blackout, everything's going to shit, all right? He's like, Mr. Secretary, you need to see this, okay? And then he just gives like this lore dump on like this Mars mission that was classified and not even they know about, okay? top secret shit. They found Transformers on Mars. And the Transformer is the reason why the rover was lost, not because of, other complications. Yeah, and he just fills him. He's like, look, they know that we can hurt them, so that's why they shut us down. They don't want us to be able to coordinate. So, yeah, the military boys, they finally make it back home, and they're immediately picked up. And then you see Maggie and Glenn get picked up by the Secretary of Defense. And then everybody arrives at this base, at the Hoover Dam. Optimus Prime's got the glasses, and he's scanning them. He scans them, he gets the code, and he locates the Allspark. It's 230 miles away, which is pretty good. And the Autobots kind of question him. They're like, what about Bumblebee? Why are we even fighting to save these freaking humans? They're primitive, they're violent. And Optimus Prime is like, are we really that different? Look what happened to their home planet and what they're doing. So, he gives this speech. Optimus Prime gives the best speeches. He's like, we got to destroy that cube. We got to destroy that cube. Yeah, no sacrifice, no victory, mate. So he's like, if we fail, I will sacrifice myself. Just put the cube in my chest. It's been an honor serving with you fellas. Let's roll out.
Yeah,
and
I wrote, Opie says we need to destroy the cube, and if necessary, he'll boof the Allspark into his chest and unalive himself as a sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice. Just boof me with that cube, baby. And the little guy's back, and he fucking just falls down the wall of the dam and eats shit. But he's all right. He can get chopped in half with a saw, but falling fucking 40 meters is fine.
Wait,
so he's like,
when they scanned Sam, wouldn't they have got like a huge reading on Michaela's phone?
When did they scan Sam?
In his house.
Oh, true. Maybe that's why the reading was so high.
Maybe,
yeah. Yeah.
This little robot guy is like the Scrat of this movie. Scrat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ice Age?
Ice Age? Yeah. He's just after the acorn. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sector 7 starts interrogating Sam. Well, not really, but they're like, Sam, you need to tell us what you know. Okay. He's like, all right. As long as you give me my Bumblebee, you can give me my pants, and you wipe Michaela's juvie record. And then, Tom's like, okay, come with me and we'll talk about it. And then they drop some fucking not anagram. What's it called?
I don't know.
When it's a shortened thing. Anyway, they say something about MBEs, non-biological somethings. It's like
abbreviation.
Yeah, abbreviation. Yeah, we got direct contact. All right, this is mad classified. And they show them Megatron.
Yeah, they reveal Megatron is in the Hoover Dam, and he's been there since 1934, and he's been in cryostasis since 1935. And that confused me. Was he not in cryostasis before? What happened? Was he just...
I'ma just go into cryostasis.
Like, was he a sentient for a year, and they just dealt with it? Like, I don't really understand why they made a point to say that.
I don't know. I didn't even pick up on that.
And then Sam's like, oh yeah, that's bloody Megatron, and this is the Cybertron law, and everyone just listens. Everyone except the Sector 7 guy, because, it sort of contradicts with what he knew and how he was sort of calling things. But everyone's like, okay, yeah, this kid's right. No problems.
Right. I mean, he's been hanging out with these robots for like a day, so
yeah,
he probably knows.
Which they like, I think they sort of listen to him because he talks about things that they think he doesn't know about yet. because
Yeah.
he starts talking about the Allspark.
Yeah.
And
they're like,
he's
boy,
like,
do we have something to show you.
he's like, you've got it, don't you? And they're like, yep, we carbon dated it. Here it is. It's been here since 10,000 BC. And this dam was designed to sort of subdue the signal.
The energy.
I'm choking on my sandwich.
What kind of sandwich you got?
Peanut butter.
Fuck yeah. Call back to the last episode. Peanut butter Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're hiding the cube and its energy. Little guy, he sneaks in. You know, he's always just doing some sneaky shit. He touches the cube. He was just a head, but now he's a full body again. The cube has restored him. And he snitches. He snitches to everybody. He lets them all know that the cube is here, and so is Megatron, and fucking come get it.
Yeah.
So the Decepticons, they're on their way.
Yeah, they are. And they kind of, like, the people, they've done something stupid here, right? They've put the Allspark next to the bad guy. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this should have been, like, a way bigger issue for them to be, like, right next to each other, and they'd be so close to each other.
Should be on, like, the other side of the country.
Yeah. But they put the two alien things next to each other because, you know, it sort of makes sense. Like, that's how you would sort things. You put the things that are like each other next to it. But
Yeah, but then they show that they know what the cube is capable of, and it transforms technology into sentient bots. They showcase this by turning Glenn's phone into an evil little robot.
yeah.
And it goes, and it's like shooting missiles, and then they kill it.
This
right?
is
So
this is the Nokia ad
yeah,
part of the movie.
yeah, it's Japanese, very good.
It's like,
They-
no. It's,
They love Japanese products in this movie. They mention them a lot.
yeah, but one of the other characters contradicts it. It's like, isn't it Finnish? Isn't it from Finland or something like that? It's like, yeah, just ignore him. He's a fucking idiot. Yeah, so the Sector 7 guy, he's cringe.
He's cringe. He's real cringe.
But yeah, they just make a transformer and then they kill it. And I'm like, okay. They're very casual about doing that.
Yeah. Sector 7, just fucking
Yeah,
whatever, man.
he sucks. So
It sucks.
Starscream shows up and he takes out the power grid to the Hoover Dam, and they're like, the Decepticons, they're here, they know. And the Autobots, you know, they're kind of dumb for only picking cars when the Decepticons, they pick...
They're just
like,
war machines, like jets and tanks and fucking...
yeah,
Like,
they got a good mix of, like, they got a car, they have a tank, they have this other fucking claw machine thing. They got
I think
a
that's
helicopter.
Sideswipe. I have no idea what that car is. Like some type of military thing with like a
Yeah.
like a digger, like a military digger or something.
Yeah. And they got like a helicopter, and then they got the fighter jet for Starscream. And then I was like, hang on. And I knew this later on. Megatron is also a fighter jet, right?
And a tank, and there's a different tank as well.
Yeah, but like, how is Megatron a fighter jet?
Because he's a sick cunt. He can do
If
whatever
he's from
he
the
wants.
1930s.
Because he's a sick cunt, and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you're so right.
He's also maybe it's like something on his planet.
Yeah, it could have been like a Cybertron jet, I guess.
Doesn't look like any Earth technology. It looks pretty fucking weird.
Yeah. So, you know, they're on their way, and the tensions are high. And Sam, he wants his car back. He wants to save Bumblebee, and Sector 7 Cringe Man is like, nah. And the army guys, military men, they stand up for Sam, To the point where they pull a gun on Sector 7 man and they're like, give him the car.
Yeah. Lennox is he's the boy, he's the man.
Yeah. And then Secretary of Defense guy, he's like, yeah, just give them what they want, man. Like, these guys, they don't like losing.
Yeah,
So,
they don't fuck around, man.
Yeah, so they stop torturing Bumblebee. And, you know, Bumblebee's been through it. He gets defensive. He whips his cannons out and he's looking around and he pulls a gun on everyone in the room and he's like, get the fuck away from me. And he's like, Sam's like, chill, relax. Like, I got you out of your situation. It's all right. No one's going to hurt you anymore. It's all sorted.
Yeah. It kind of fills him in.
Yeah.
And he takes him to the Allspark.
Mm-hmm.
And then he touches the Allspark Bumblebee. And then it turns from a big cube into a little cube.
Yeah. The Allspark transforms.
Fuck yeah. I wonder how it got so big in the first place. Maybe it was always big. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're gonna hide the cube in the city, and then they gotta sneak out. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna take a alien cube into a densely populated city.
I know this is such a stupid plan.
That could potentially lure giant, deadly robots into the densely populated city, and so lots of people die. And the reasoning for them bringing it into the city,
bringing it.
The reason for it is, I don't know.
They just got to get it out of there, dude.
They just got to get it out.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, they linked up with everyone else, like not far from here. But we'll get to that in a second. So, Megatron's free. Little guy freed him. He breaks free. He fucking starts ripping shit up and he goes, I am Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you get a cut. It's like a convoy. They're escorting Sam. Starscream pulls up to Megatron when he gets out of the complex. He's like, where's the cube? And Starscream fills him in. The humans have it. He's like, you fucking idiot, Starscream. I hate you.
I wrote, you failed me again, Starscream, you little loser cunt.
You little fucking stupid fuckhead. Fuck you.
I went back to the bit in the movie where they come up with the plan. It's just so they can hide the Allspark.
Yeah, shit plan.
That's it. Just so they can hide it. It's like, cool. Risk thousands of people's lives for that. Idiot.
Mm-hmm. But then there wouldn't be a cool fight in the city.
Yeah.
I will say something right now about the fights. They're cool, alright, but they're very busy and sometimes what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of those little jump cuts and smash cuts. Yeah. It's very yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Anyways, we're back at the Hoover Dam, okay? And Maggie, Glenn, the Secretary of Defense, and Sector 7 guy have all stayed because they're gonna let people know about the guys coming to the city so they can get air support for them.
Yeah, they're gonna use CB radios and use Morse code over the radio to call in air support for blackbirds and stuff.
Everyone has to resort to using CB because the Decepticons are jamming all the frequencies, all the radio, all the comms, except this. It's the only thing they can use. Yeah, so the convoy is on the way to the city. Autobots link up with them. And right here is what I'm talking about. They didn't have to go any further. They could have just stayed in the desert, mitigate risk for the human lives that they're apparently trying to save. Okay, you got them all in one spot. You know they're coming.
No sacrifice, no victory.
No sacrifice, no victory.
But yeah, this is the car.
Yeah.
This is the huge car ad though. When they're driving through the desert.
Pretty cool. I will say the cars all look very nice, very flashy. Very cool. Yeah, but little fella's trying to break into the room that, the Secretary of Defense and everyone else is in. But finally, this military base, gets the signal from SecDef. Authentic signal from SecDef, sir.
Yeah.
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 And then another scene.
We're on the road.
We're on the road, and there's a Decepticon, and he's closing in on the Autobots. Okay.
It's time to fight.
Optimus Prime is all about that fucking smoke, so he catches him, and he just fucks him up. It does not take Optimus Prime long. So I don't know why it took him so long to get back to the city after this, but he fucks him up pretty quickly. I think this Decepticon's name is Sideswipe.
Yeah, not sure. He looks fucking cool though, like the way he sort of skates on the road because he's got tires at the bottoms of his feet. Like this is why the Decepticons are so much cooler than the Autobots, because their feet is just like flat.
Yeah,
it's just like flat metal, but somehow like this Decepticon is like, oh, if I just put the tires at the bottom, I can fucking skate around and it's a lot faster and it's a lot cooler. But they get
for that.
Yeah, they get into their scuffle. Optimus Prime lands like a nasty uppercut on Sideswipe, and then fucking decapitates him.
Chops his fucking head off. Optimus Prime is so cold. He has no mercy for Decepticons. And like after the fact, he seems like kind of remorseful that it had to be that way, but he's a stone cold killer. Like he's fucked in the head. He's a psycho.
He is. That's what I wrote. He's a fucking psycho.
Yeah. And but respect for Optimus Prime because he is laying it down.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask this. I kind of want to ask this now, but maybe I should ask it later. But I don't want to forget. I know your favorite character is probably going to be Bumblebee, right? But I want to know who your favorite Decepticon is.
Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, well, let's come back to that at the end. Instead of favorite character.
Favorite Decepticon.
Or, like, we'll do favorite character, and then we'll do, like, whatever the opposite of that is, if it's... We'll fill in those blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back at the base, and little guy is causing a ruckus. He's breaking in. Air Force has responded at this point, but he broke in, and they're like shooting at him with they got shotguns and stuff. And they're just kind of holding it down.
Yeah.
And they're sending F-22s to the city now. It's like, cool. Yeah, send fucking military airplanes to the city. Because awesome. And this movie is kind of a Defense Force ad. It's kind of a military ad because the military gets a lot of screen time. Do you notice in this they sort of like glorify the military in like a lot of ways?
100%. Especially at like the start of the movie.
Yeah.
Like I know that when the US was occupying like Middle Eastern countries that there were people who helped them.
Yeah.
But it just made it seem like they're the fucking best.
Yeah,
which
like
was
not
the case.
I've seen Defense Force ads that look like this.
Yeah. It's
but yeah.
The military is awesome in this movie.
Yeah. So
probably got some funding by them.
Yeah. They get to the city. The good guys, in quotes, have arrived at the city. And things immediately go badly as soon as one Decepticon shows up. Starscream shows up, lets off like 2 rockets into Bumblebee and I think Ironhide. They're like they're trying to help some of the people that they've put in danger. And immediately Bumblebee's legs get blown the fuck off. Lots of our main characters almost die. Like, things are going bad really quickly. It's like, how did you not see this coming? How did you not see this fucking shit coming?
I don't know.
So, like, right after this, a tank shows up and is blowing up cars left and right. And Michaela hatches the bright idea, now that Bumblebee's lost his legs, she's like, I'll go get a tow truck and I'll winch Bumblebee onto the tow truck and we'll see what we can do there. And then
Yeah, boy.
we have a really cool slow-mo sequence where Jazz is like, he's rushing towards a Decepticon to fight them, and he does like a flip over this lady that's going, but it looks fucking sick.
I was just had to imagine that you were screaming because I couldn't hear anything. I know exactly what you're talking about there. I just imagine.
Yeah, I heard all of that.
Yeah. And yeah.
Michaela hotwires the tow truck, and then shit gets real. To call back to another Michael Bay movie, shit just got real. Megatron has arrived.
Megatron says his own name a lot.
Megatron.
He just lands and goes, Megatron. Which is like, okay.
Right? At this point, it's like 25% of his lines. maybe even 40% is just him saying his name.
Yeah. He's been in like 3 scenes so far. He's dissed Starscream in one of them and said his own name in 2 of them. But yeah, Jazz is getting pieced up. And he's shit talking. He's doing his best. Megatron is like 5 times bigger than him. And he unfortunately just gets fucking ripped in half, which is like the most brutal way to kill my favorite character as a child. Imagine you're a child and you see the coolest character you think just get ripped in half.
Yeah, it's bloody brutal.
It's fucked up.
We got like a studio audience.
Yeah. This is the live Who Watches Us episode, Transformers. We wouldn't have it any other way.
So, Army Man, he goes up to Sam and he's like, Sam, you got to do the flare thing because I'm doing soldier stuff over here and you got to do it. And he's like, I'm not what? I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. And he's like, shut the fuck up. You're a soldier now. You have to do it. And he's like, okay.
Okay.
So Sam has to carry the Allspark and take it to a building and then light a flare at the top of the building so they can take the Allspark away.
Yeah.
And Sam goes to Michaela and he's like, no matter what happens, I'm really glad. No, it's the other way around. Michaela goes to Sam and is like, no matter what happens, I'm really glad I got in the car with you. And it was cute. And then Sam sprints away.
He fucking legs it.
Yeah.
He hits the legs faster than he ever has before because he's got to get this cube.
He's fanging it. He is going so hard.
Yeah. He's fucking going, alright? The Autobots are protecting him because he's on his way. And Michaela, she drives off with Bumblebee. Optimus Prime arrives and faces off with Megatron. And they're fucking having an epic battle. And I'm pretty sure it's here where Megatron like tackles Optimus Prime in his jet form and just like carries him through a building, probably killing so many people.
Yeah. Just the disregard for human life in this action sequences.
And they kind of have like these back and forths, like they have these battles of principles and then they have an actual battle, and Sam is still fucking running for his life and for the lives of everyone else on Earth, really. And Starscream fucking, he pops up and he's ready to fucking fuck him up. And Ration, Ironside, they're like, Ration, Ironside, Ironhide, sorry. Ratchet and Ironhide fight him. They're taking pretty heavy damage because Starscream's like fucking the man. And then Starscream takes off. Sam, he's just got to keep on going.
Bro, so many people would have died in that crash.
Yeah, and things just keep getting worse for Sam.
Yeah, I just watched the bit where Megatron and Optimus Prime go straight through a building, like a fucking 10-story building, just go straight through it, and you see people running away in the building before like it happens. It's fucked.
It's fucking awesome, but so many people probably died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Megatron, he deals with Optimus Prime. He's not dead, but he dealt with him for now. And things just keep getting worse for Sam because now Megatron's on his ass. And as Sam's running through the shitty? As Sam's running through the city, shit starts coming alive. And like, it starts attacking people. There's like a vending machine guy and like fucking...
Yeah,
a car comes alive and strangles a woman.
Yep, Mountain Dew ad. Xbox ad. So, Starscream, Ratchet, and Ironhide, they're having their fight. Sam's running. He's doing his running thing. He's gotten to the building. Oh no, we've got here. Allspark goes off, accidentally makes more robots. Yep. If Optimus Prime wasn't a truck, he probably could have kept up with Megatron.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're around the same size.
Yeah.
He could have been like anything.
Yeah. So like his cool points like cost him like a tactical advantage when fighting.
Awesome paint job.
Yeah.
Sickest paint job out of probably all the Transformers. He just looks so dope.
Yeah.
And coolest colors as well, but he couldn't have been like I mean, he came in like an urban area, okay, sort of. Well, he was on a highway when he got there, but like he couldn't have picked anything else. Not anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Michaela and Bumblebee, they start their combo. They do their drive and shoot montage where she's driving and Bumblebee's on the back of the tow truck. Guns are blazing, shooting the cannons and stuff. It's cool. And cool. Shortly after this, Sam gets to the top of the building. He lets off the flare and like a helicopter shows up to take the Allspark from him. And then from another building that they see this and they fucking annihilate this helicopter.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's Starscream.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Fucking just taken out right in front of Sam's eyes.
Yeah, and
so close, but for the best, I guess.
Yeah, and Megatron, he shows up to this building and like lands on the building or whatever, and it's Megatron v Sam. Sam's sort of like skirting the along the edge of this building, like where the statues are. So he's kind of like teetering off the edge, trying to stay alive. And Megatron's like, just give me the fucking cube and then, you know, we can be friends like together. Like, you'll be like my little pet or whatever.
Yeah.
Sam's like, nah.
I'll never give you this cube.
But I wrote it down because the way he says it is so funny.
I'm never giving you this Allspark.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm never giving you this Allspark.
Yeah, and Megatron, he doesn't like this. And he just slams the building, and that causes Sam to fall. I think he still has the Allspark when he falls.
Yeah.
And Yeah, he falls from the top of this like 20-story building, hurtling through the air, and Optimus Prime is there to save the day. He catches him because have you have you seen that meme where it's the it's the guy like he's like when you're in a bathroom stall and you're not and like the door doesn't lock, and he's like he's got like his hands on the walls and his feet are on the door, so he's like holding himself up by his hand and his feet. He's elevated above everything, and he's just like pissing and shitting into the toilet. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
It's so fucking funny. It's just like a cartoon or whatever. The Optimus Prime does that
Yeah.
with some buildings.
He's doing parkour down the buildings.
Yeah, he's pissing and shitting onto the street.
Lubricating.
Catches Sam. Yeah, lubricating. And then they just hurtle towards the ground and crash into the ground, and Sam dies.
It's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Optimus Prime goes, well, I failed as a leader, I failed as a protector, I may as well just do what I can and sacrifice myself. Puts the cube in his chest, and that's it, really.
Yep, that's the
Decepticons
end of the movie.
go on a genocidal spree, they take over the world with what they have, they call for other Decepticons, and yeah, Earth is enslaved.
Yep. Except,
That's
no. Okay, never mind. He's alive after they fell together from the building, and it's Optimus Prime and Megatron fight part 2.
hell yeah.
And I
It's
don't
so funny.
remember what happens.
When Megatron lands, he just flicks some random dude. He just flicks him into a car. It's so funny. I don't know why, but I just thought it was funny.
I've got to see this.
And goes, ugh, disgusting. And then he flicks some fucking guy, probably killing him instantly.
Yeah.
He
Surely.
just slams into a car.
So the helicopter's back and it's joined the fight, and the F-22s are still not there. For some reason in this movie, like when they're in Qatar, they can get an AC-130 onto the scene within like a minute, 2 minutes to save these guys out in the desert in a country that's not theirs. But when you're in
On a
America,
civilian cell phone.
yeah. But when you're in America, and you're sending like fucking strike coordinates, Morse code, when the whole country is on alert, it takes like 10 minutes for these F-22s to scramble and get here. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway, old mate Lennox, he does like this slide grenade launcher move underneath the chopper Decepticon. I think Blackout. It's got to be Blackout.
I think
Where
it
he-
is Blackout.
Where he's like, ah! And he's like sliding underneath and like grenade launchering right into his fucking gooch.
Yeah.
He's
Pretty
like,
awesome scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But he gets this huge run up on a motorbike and slides off it, is sliding along the ground.
Yeah.
Real tactical, but he must slide for 20 meters or something.
Yeah, he slides
Which-
for a really long time.
And just like I know you're wearing military clothing, but surely it would just be ripped. Like, he's got bare cheeks right now.
Yeah, I don't know. He's something else.
Yeah.
And then the movie really picks up the pace here. So Starscream is like the F-22s show up, and then they do the thing that the movie said that they wouldn't do, which is fly between the buildings.
Yeah.
And then
That's how they identified Starscream, and then the F-22s do it instantly.
yeah.
As soon as they get there.
Yep. So, Starscream's taking out all these other F-22s, just giving them the business. But once again, Starscream, he fails, and he doesn't take them all out, and the F-22s, like, they fucking barrage Megatron, like, in the back with all these rockets, and Megatron's like, "Oh, I'm Megatron," and this is Sam's chance, because Megatron's like climbing towards him, and Optimus Prime's like, "Put the cube in my chest, end my suffering." And Sam just does that, but in Megatron's chest, and he dies.
No sacrifice, no victory.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. And then fucking Megatron's dead. And Optimus Prime's like, "You left me no choice, brother."
Yeah, he just fucking claims the kill. Like, it's so funny. Fucking Sam kills him. Megatron's like, "I had no choice."
I had no choice but to put that cube in your chest.
Yeah.
And then, Optimus Prime is like, "We're in your debt, Sam." And then they bring Jazz to Optimus Prime. He's like, "Oh, Jazz." That's literally what he says.
Yeah.
like sad face emoji, like, "Oh, Jazz."
Jazz.
Yeah. Bumblebee can speak now because of the cube. He's like, "I want to stay with Sam." And Optimus Prime's like, "Yeah, okay, if that's what he wants." And he's like, "Yeah." And then Optimus Prime takes a shard out of
I thought you said he takes a shot.
Optimus Prime sharts in Megatron's chest. And then he says, "You left me no choice, brother." He takes a shard. He takes a shard out of his chest. And then you just get, that's pretty much the end of the battle, and then you just kind of get filled in on the aftermath.
Yeah,
it's the Secretary of Defense speaking.
One last thing. Bumblebee's like, "I can speak now, and I wish to stay with the boy." And
that's what I already said that.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, I said that.
I wasn't listening.
Okay.
Oh, was that before the sliver of Allspark?
Yeah, the shard of Allshark.
The shard, yeah. So yeah. So Sector 7 is terminated. They discontinue it, and then they fucking put Megatron at the bottom of the ocean. They're like, the pressure under there, that's good enough.
Yeah, along with all the other Decepticon bodies as well. I'm pretty sure they said. But also, this is so dumb. Okay, because they're like the sub-zero temperatures. You'll stay down there. You'll be fine. Nothing's gonna happen to him. No one can get him, and there's no evidence. What the fuck do you mean? There's no evidence?
Yeah, an entire
city was just fucking leveled.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, no, they're gonna keep it a secret.
You keep it a secret. Sure.
Yeah, it's really, really dumb.
Yeah. And it's not like there's not other Decepticons. Like, that just seems... I mean, I'm pretty sure they keep boats around there 24/7. They do that in the second movie, I'm pretty sure, but...
I just don't know why they wouldn't melt
dismantle
the fuck
it
out of it. Yeah, like, put it in a fucking volcano and, like, go the other direction, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just it's just letting the second movie happen.
Yeah, it's also weird that cold is the thing that stops them from working, right? I know there's a lot of radiation in space and things get very hot on like one side, but they'll be freezing cold on the other side, like sub-zero, freezing, cryogenic. So I don't understand how this freezing thing keeps them fine.
Interesting.
They're traveling through space.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that.
I'd only just considered that now, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Lennox, he arrives home, and his wife is just so casual about him showing up. after it was like almost certain that he was going to be dead. And
Yeah, like everybody else.
and the whole world went like to like a global blackout, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, he's back.
Hey,
Cool.
you're back.
Like, she has no emotion on her face.
Mm.
It's crazy. And then they make out on Bumblebee, Sam and Michaela.
Mm-hmm. Well, all the Autobots watch, and Optimus Prime gives a sick-ass monologue.
Yeah. And then we get, what I've done. That's New Divide.
Ah,
What I've done, I've made my doob.
oh,
So anyway, that's
I
the
also
movie.
wrote, that's the movie.
That is the movie.
And what a fucking movie it was.
What a movie it was. What a throwback. Oh, yes, sirree. All right. What are you going to rate this bad boy?
So I've kind of been teetering on a 7 and a 6. So I think, to be safe, I'm going to go a 6.75.
6.75.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, just go 6.5. But there's a lot wrong with I feel like the writing in this movie. The CG is great. The continuity, not so great sometimes. The writing, it can be a little cringe here and there.
Yeah.
It's the movie, like you said, is almost 20 years old. So it happens. For the most part, I think it holds up. The battles are cool. Fucking Transformers are cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I think I'll go 6.5. I kind of want to give it a 7, but I'm not sure it really deserves a 7.
Okay. I gave this movie a 7.5.
Damn! I changed it. 7.
I knew you were going to do that. I think this movie it achieved pretty much exactly what it wanted to do. I think it hit a lot of marks really well. I also think I'm pretty biased because it's like a huge sort of nostalgia thing, but it kicked off like a crazy franchise, right? Like there's something to that. Like it can't just be like, I know these days there's a lot of like just like not so much movies, but it's just like content where it's just like a cash grab. But I felt like this movie was still pretty good for what it was. The CG is incredible. The writing was okay. A lot of the cinematography was pretty good. It's very Michael Bay. There's so many lens flares, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm a kind of a sucker for that stuff. And yeah, I fully, admit to my bias. That's it.
I forgot about the bias. 7 for the bias.
Yeah.
Nostalgia factor 0.5. Factor 0.5 for nostalgia.
Yeah.
See, I did say I wanted to give it a 7. I just needed a push in the right direction. I am easily influenced to make decisions based on others' opinions.
Yeah, you weak-willed sheep.
No.
So, I think that let's move past the ratings now. We got to name these segments. Like
Ratings.
we have segments where we just say what the segment like is, but I think we need like a cool name for these segments. So maybe we'll work on that coming up, because it's kind of annoying to say, all right, now let's get into the favorite and least favorite parts. Like, I feel like we could come up with a cool tagline there, and could even have like a nice like sting in between. But anyway,
I like the idea of that, but would it have to be something like kind of on the nose? Because people are going to be like, you'll go, now it's time for this part, and the people will be like, what the fuck is this part? What does that mean? I mean, they're going to find out 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that.
We'll consider it. We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
So, I think your favorite part is probably... Okay, let me talk about some of the close contenders that I've got.
Okay.
I think one of the runner-ups is probably trying to impress the girl in the car, where like he's like, I got like a light back there, and I got a disco ball here, so the light reflects off the disco ball, and he's like flexing.
Yeah.
I think when Sam's friend Miles climbs into a tree, I think hiding the giant robots part, where he's like, I love you, Dad. Sleep good, handsome man. But I think your favorite part was probably, what's cracking, little bitches? When Jazz arrives.
All great guesses, and you were kind of close on the second to last. But my favorite part, the part that just made me just actually giggle, was when Optimus Prime stepped on the fountain. He just goes, "Oh, sorry, my bad." It's just the way he said it is, "Sorry, my bad." I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably have to be my favorite part. But yeah, probably for a close contender would have to be like the bicep one. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I think I like Jazz purely out of nostalgia. What's cracking, little bitches?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think about that scene. I just think his car is cool.
Yeah.
And I liked him as a kid.
Yep. So what do you think my favorite bit is?
I would have to say probably the CG and the transforming. I think that just really wowed you. I thought you thought that was awesome. But if I had to take another stab, shit, I don't know. Actually,
you're on the right track with the CG stuff and the transform stuff.
Was it Optimus Prime's transformations?
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
So good.
Watching his things and how everything just works in perfect symmetry.
So good.
So bloody good.
So good. All right.
So good.
Least favorite bit for you. I think the runner-up is when Bumblebee pees on the Sector 7 guy.
Yeah.
But I think number one is criminals are hot.
I'd probably have to give it to Criminals Are Hot.
Yeah.
But a very, very, very close contender is when Jazz dies and gets ripped in half.
Yeah, I meant to write that. I forgot to write that again.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably closer than Bumblebee peeing on old mate.
Yeah.
But that is a good guess because that was just stupid.
That was actually the first thing I saw from this movie when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Nana took me to see the movie. And we walked into the wrong cinema. And when we walked in, like, that scene was playing. And it's like, this looks like it's like halfway through. I think we're in the wrong spot.
What are things to walk into? Spoilers. Bumblebee pisses on a guy.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what do you think my least favorite bit is?
It's got to be criminals are hot. It's got to be. Or it's
It's
just
not.
something. It's got to be something stupid then. Hold on. It's got to be something stupid that just happens. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I can't remember exactly. There's a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense in this movie. Shit. I'm so bad at this part.
You gotta write it when you're doing your notes.
I have been, but sometimes I don't think
It's
about
hard
it
when we
until
don't
it's way
watch it
too late.
together.
Yeah. Damn, it's not criminals are hot. I'm gonna say maybe with like how Sam just doesn't die after falling like 30 meters. Or neither of them take any damage.
Do you want me to give it up?
Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find anything else. Maybe when they take the cube to the city. That was really stupid.
Ding, ding, ding.
Nice,
That's it.
nice.
Fucking stupidest idea from a soldier of all people as well.
Yeah.
Makes no fucking sense. God, absolute brain dead.
Yeah.
So dumb.
So bloody silly, mate.
Yep. Okay.
Favorite characters.
Favorite characters. Tell me your favorite character and or your favorite Decepticon and Autobot.
Favorite Autobot and favorite Decepticon. Okay. I feel like I can't go with Jazz for favorite Autobot. I'll probably go with Optimus Prime. I'll probably go with Optimus Prime just because, you know, he is just him, and I thought he's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
If I pick Jazz, that would be out of pure nostalgia, which is, you know, fair enough. But I think Jazz is the very close second. Favorite Decepticon, definitely Starscream.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah.
He's just he's just such a conniving little goblin fuck. I love him so much, and he just looks so cool. I just think he's so awesome. And, you know, Megatron's pretty cool too. Megatron's a great villain. He's just evil to be evil, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I love that for a movie like this. He's just fucking evil. Awesome. At least Starscream is evil, but at least he's like conniving as well. He has no redeemable qualities because he also sucks at being evil and conniving, but he's just my favorite. If I had to, do you want to tell me or do you want me to guess? I'd be interested in trying to guess your Decepticon.
If you want to,
I know
guess,
your Autobot.
If you want to
Definitely
guess,
Bumblebee.
Yep.
Definitely Bumblebee.
Yep.
And
it's just the way it is.
I honestly might have to say Blackout would be your favorite Decepticon in this movie. I would have to say
very
Blackout.
close.
Ooh,
Very close. I was like, it's either Blackout or this other one.
the Mountain Dew one. Nah, I got no clue. You want to tell me?
Yeah, the scorpion one, the sand scorpion one. I reckon that one's so sick.
He is pretty cool. What about him stood out to you?
Scorpions is just cool, man.
Fucking oath they
It's
are.
cool. And I remember when I was a kid, I had a couple of Bionicle sets, and I like ripped them all apart, and then I mixed and matched, and I made like a bionicle scorpion, and I just thought it looked so sick.
That is fucking sick. That's awesome.
I don't know, man. It's just cool.
It is cool. Damn straight.
Scorpions are cool.
The Scorpion, he's kind of a demon too.
You know what?
What's that?
I just realized that Scorpion is like the yellow character from Mortal Kombat.
That's also true. Scorpion, best character Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Coolest. Even though he's basic as, he's definitely the coolest.
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
Cool backstory too. He's just like a demon. He's actually like a demon.
Yeah. You literally just said the other Scorpion is like a demon.
Yeah. Just demon timing. It's just cool.
Yeah. All right. And how do you think people should enjoy this movie?
Good question. If you saw this movie as a kid, you haven't seen it in a little while, give it a watch. It's definitely worth revisiting that and investing some time into something you probably loved as a kid.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It was a good watch. I really enjoyed watching it again.
Yeah.
It's been so long. It's been like actually probably over a decade.
Yeah. I think if you're going to watch this movie again, if you have the opportunity to watch it on a big crystal clear screen with like a really nice sound system, or if it's like just showing in the cinemas for whatever reason, like maybe it's in IMAX or maybe they're just doing reruns at a random cinema, definitely do that. Like this movie is like visually just so
titillating.
Yeah, just sort of like breathtaking at like a couple of moments, and I think the sound design is also very good. So that I think that's like, it's sort of like peak cinema. Like it.
sorry. I totally understand what you're saying, but peak cinema is just such a funny phrase now. And to say that Transformers is peak cinema, it's just such a funny sentence. But you're so right. You're
the
so
cinema
right.
experience, like
in certain regards, it definitely is.
Yeah, the actual cinema experience. Some movies are just made for the cinema, and some movies are like sort of better for like watching at home, or it doesn't really fucking matter because they're trash. This movie is made for the cinema, just like
it's a blockbuster.
Yeah, 1917, great movie, made for the cinema. Like, it's incredible in the cinema. Some movies just suit it so well. This is one of those movies. Like, it's just it's an experience.
Fucking oath. Hell yeah, it is, and I couldn't agree more.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Heckin' yes.
This movie's great. Watch this movie. If you've seen it before and you haven't seen it in a long time, watch this movie in the cinema or a big crystal clear TV if you get the chance. Share this movie with a friend that for some reason hasn't seen this movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, find a friend that has like a fucking sick setup and go there and watch this movie. Have a couple
Use
of
them
beers.
for Transformers.
Use them. You don't really like them. Use them for their stuff.
Drink a couple beers and transform into the beast.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I'm transforming into the beer machine.
Alright, now ask me a bloody question.
What the fuck are we gonna fucking watch next week, you stupid fucking cunt? Sorry. That was
so glad
aggressive.
you asked. I'm so glad you asked.
Tell me.
So, this pick has me so upset and conflicted. My heart is just, I don't know how to describe it.
You're making me nervous.
I just, it's something that's so near and dear to my heart. And I just know that it's not going to live up to that potential in any way. We're watching Borderlands, baby.
Okay.
One of my favorite video games.
Great
ever.
games, by the way.
Great games.
So fun.
That movie looks shit.
I've heard a single good thing about that movie.
I haven't heard anything good about this movie either. And I know it's going to tear me up inside when we're watching it.
Is it long? Do you know? 3 hours, imagine.
Oh, please, no. Please.
Let me look it up.
Please, no.
It's an hour and 41. Okay, that's good.
That's doable.
Terrible reviews.
Yeah.
Borderlands is such a cool franchise. Like in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I've only played up to 2.
Yep.
But I just think it's cool.
Yeah. It is very cool.
It's very cool. It's got its
I love Borderlands.
It's got so much character and charm.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool.
1 and 2 are really good. The pre-sequel is very good as well. Not as well received. But it was made in Australia.
Oh, was it?
Yep. And yeah, it's all about how they're on the moon and the moon is Australian for some reason.
Oh, okay.
3, I liked the gameplay. I didn't love the game. It was a little bit of a letdown.
I heard the writing was cringe.
Yeah. It's
like the jokes just don't land.
Yeah, it's not. We're not going to get into it right now.
Okay. Yeah, this is a Transformers episode, not a Borderlands episode. But that's next week.
We're going to go into Borderlands next week. I'm going to get upset. I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to have a lot of things to say about this movie.
I'm going to have to play Borderlands in preparation for this.
You should. We should play.
Let's do it.
Let's play and record some gameplay.
Okay.
We'll put it out on like a side channel, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
That would be sick.
Alrighty. Well,
thank you.
Like we've covered all our bases.
We've covered everything. Thank you so much for listening and watching wherever you're doing that sort of thing. Leave us a bloody comment. Let us know what you thought about Transformers. How was your experience with the movie? Did you watch it when it came out? Or did you watch it a little bit later and it seemed like a bit of cinema trash? Maybe you just didn't vibe with it. And yeah, leave us a bloody rating on all the Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that stuff. We got a Discord for the community, and I've been hosting movie nights in there every Thursday night at 9 p.m. AEST. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, yeah, take a look. We pick 4 movies, and we vote on which one we're going to watch. Like the whole community votes, and then we watch that movie, and that's about it. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much. That's all the bullshit. Catch you later for Borderlands.
Bye. See you next week. Fucking. What do they say in Borderlands?
Vault Hunter.
Catch you next week, Vault Hunters. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take it away, Bernie Mac.